you ever reach the end of the day and realize the best part wasn't what you planned? It was the conversation you didn't expect, the laugh that caught you off guard, the time you spent with someone you care about. If someone asked how your day went, you'd probably smile and say, "That was a good day." I've been having a lot of those moments lately. One of them happened on a golf course. Last week, I shot a 77. Everything seemed to click. I walked off the course wondering just how much better I could become. A few days later, I shot in the 90s. If all you looked at was the scorecard, you'd think it was a worse day. For me, it wasn't even close. I laughed more. I helped a friend with her game. We told stories driving down the cart path. I don't remember many of the shots, but I remember almost every conversation. Driving home, it kept coming back to that. The score still mattered. It just wasn't what mattered most. That made me wonder, how often do we decide whether a day was successful before we ever stop to ask, what were we really there for? Welcome back to the Motivated Savages podcast, where we live bold, lead fearless, and ignite our path forward. I'm Jody Savage, and today I want to talk about how most of us spend our lives keeping score. We measure how much we get done, whether we were successful, how much money we made, how productive we were, whether we made progress. The problem isn't that we keep score. The problem is that we don't always ask if we're measuring the right thing. Some days are meant to stretch us. Some are meant to connect us. Some to teach us something. And some days are simply meant to be enjoyed. The mistake is expecting one scorecard to measure all of them. That little lesson started on a golf course, but it didn't stay there. I've been thinking about those golf scores, breaking 100, then 90, then 80. They're just numbers. They've never changed. But what those numbers meant to me has changed completely. There was a time when breaking 100 felt like something other golfers did. Then one day, it became something I did. For a while, that felt like enough. Then my attention shifted to breaking 90. Later, breaking 80. A few weeks ago, I shot a 77. The score surprised me for about 5 minutes. Then I caught myself wondering, I wonder if I can shoot 75. That made me smile. Not because I suddenly expected to shoot 75, because there was a time when I couldn't even picture myself thinking that way. The numbers never changed. The person looking at them did. I think all of us have something like that. A place in our life where our picture of ourselves changed. I don't think golf is unique that way. Think about something that used to make your stomach turn. Driving, your first day of work, introducing yourself to a room full of strangers. Whatever yours is, there was probably a moment when each of those felt bigger than you. Now, they're simply part of your life. Not because those moments became smaller, because you've grown into them. I think we spend so much time looking toward what's next that we forget to look beneath our feet once in a while because we're standing on things we used to hope for. I've noticed something else. My best round isn't always my favorite one. If all you looked at was the score, that probably wouldn't make much sense. Some of my lowest scores happen when I'm out there by myself. It's quiet. Every shot has my attention. I'm there to see what I'm capable of. I love those rounds, but they're different. A round with friends has a completely different rhythm. We're celebrating great shots and laughing at the bad ones, helping each other figure things out. And then somewhere along the back nine, nobody really cares who won the last hole anymore. Driving home, I usually find myself thinking about the conversations, not the score. The score still mattered. It just wasn't carrying the whole story. That made me wonder if we do the same thing everywhere else. We expect every day to produce the same kind of win. A day at work isn't asking the same thing from us as an afternoon with family. A vacation isn't supposed to feel like a Tuesday. A round where I'm chasing my personal best isn't the same round as one spent laughing with friends. They're different days. Why would I expect them to leave me with the same score? Maybe that's where we get ourselves into trouble. We keep trying to measure every day with the same ruler, when the truth is, some days are there to move us forward. Others are there to remind us why we're moving in the first place. There's one more thing golf has changed for me. When I first started playing, every round felt like it was trying to answer a question. Am I actually getting better? If I played well, I felt like I belonged. If I didn't, it was amazing how quickly I started questioning myself. One score could change the whole story. I don't think that's unique to golf. I think we've all done that. A meeting doesn't go well. Maybe I'm not a good leader. A presentation falls flat. Maybe I'm not cut out for this. A relationship gets difficult. Maybe I'm not very good at relationships. One moment somehow grows large enough to speak for all the others. But somewhere along the way, something changed. Not my scores, me. A bad round still bothers me. I still want to play better. I still replay shots in my head on the drive home. But I don't let one round tell me who I am anymore. It tells me how today went. That's a very different conversation. The same is true away from the golf course. One hard day doesn't get to rewrite everything you've already built. One mistake doesn't erase years of growth. One disappointment doesn't get the final word. It simply becomes part of the story. Maybe that's another sign we've grown. We stop asking, what does this say about me? And we start asking, what is this trying to teach me? Those questions sound similar. They lead to completely different lives. And with that, let's take a look at this week's Savage Challenge. This week, when you reach the end of your day, before you decide whether it was a good day or a bad day, pause. Ask yourself one question. What was today really asking of me? Maybe today was asking you to grow, or it was asking you to connect, or it was asking you to be present. Whatever the answer is, let that be the scorecard. You might discover you've been calling some pretty good days a failure, simply because you are measuring the wrong thing. I'm Jody Savage, and this is the Motivated Savages podcast. Live bold, ignite your path, that's the Savage way. If this message resonated, share it with someone who might need a different scorecard today. Together, we're building the Savage community, a movement of people choosing purpose, growth, and bold living.